What's up, everybody? Welcome back. This one here is a thought that I had on my mind this morning, and the intention is to kind of help the men, although I do want the women to chime in because if we can learn to work together and understand some of the habits that we may portray or use in a relationship, maybe we can solve things a lot sooner than later. So I want to talk about something that I think most men have come to understand. And if you have not been in a long-term relationship yet and you're contemplating one or is headed that direction, and particularly if you have not been married yet, you may not know this about women. I want to title it, I don't know what I'm going to title this video. I want to title it Women Are Just Plumb Crazy. Now that's what I want to title. I don't know how YouTube will respond to that, so I may have to adjust it a little bit. But I want, so y'all know, what I want to title this is Women Are Just Plumb Crazy. This is the long and short, men, young men in particular, who may not have been around long enough to figure this out. About to put you on game. In a relationship, most, not all, I want to be very clear. 5 people gonna come in the comments and say, "Not me, Professor X." Most women expect the man to be a psychic. Remember that I told you, don't watch this video and 5, 10 years down the road, you find yourself in a situation where you're in trouble because you could not read her mind and now y'all are frustrated. I'm telling you right now, women in relationships, especially over time, expect the man to be psychic. The woman will expect you to be able to read her mind. I'm just telling you. So this is what I'm asking for you men to pay attention to so that you can catch these things early. And I will say it this way. This is a number one sign that there is something going on in the relationship in your wife. Not that I'm not saying this is the number one sign that your wife is cheating. This is not that. But this is a number one sign that if you don't get a hold of it now, it's going to lead to bigger problems. When she stops communicating with you, you got to know there's a problem going on with my wife. This is what I'm telling you. Again, not all, but most women. Most women, when they have a grievance in their spirit against you, maybe something you really did, maybe something they assume you did, maybe something they heard you did, maybe something they feel you did, maybe something they had a dream that you did, maybe something that their priest or pastor suggested that you did, maybe something they homegirls boyfriend did that they feel since y'all hang together you do. Whatever it is, that's why I say women are plumb crazy now. This is what I'm telling you. Whatever it is, when she stops communicating with you, you have to know that she is expecting you to read her mind and say, what's on your mind? Is there something that you would like to talk about? Is there something that I have done that you would like to discuss? Is there something, do you feel a certain way towards me that you would like to discuss. If she lay in bed and she normally faces you, or she normally scoots close to you, and you notice now she get in the bed and she facing, let's say, the wall, and her body language is positioned away from you, that's your time to know she's expecting you to be a psychic. She's expecting you to be 1-800 Mr. Cleo, 1-800 Nostradamus. She's expecting you to know by her not, she ain't gonna, now listen fam, listen now, listen. If you say to me, Professor X, I ain't got time to be reading nobody's mind, why don't she just tell me what it is so we can get to the bottom of it? Because women don't work that way. Women don't operate that way. That's how you and I would operate. Man, I heard you've been talking about my mama. Now we're going to have to deal with that. That's how we deal with whatever it is on our mind. We're not going to keep passing each other by. That's what women do. We're going to address it as men, leave it whatever it is, that's what it's going to be. A woman, you got to study what she's doing. And women like to chat. I can't remember, and this was years ago, how many words they say that a woman will use in a day in comparison to a man, but it was in the thousands as far as the difference in the amount of words that a woman would use in one day versus a man. It was in the thousands. So when you see that she is no longer communicating with you and her body language is turned away from you, she used to turn her hips in and y'all will fall asleep kind of like in a spooning position. Now she on the other side of the bed looking at the wall. When she's cooking and she no longer chit-chatting. When she dusting off the coffee table and she no longer chit-chatting. That is your sign that she is warning you. I'm telling you what this means. I hope you take it now. You young men, I'm telling you what this means. I hope you take it. Women love to talk. When she stops talking, something is on her mind. And that is your sign to deal with it then. Listen, men. Whatever is on her mind may not be your problem. You with me? As we used to say, capiche? Whatever is on her mind may not even be your problem. But since you are her man, if you don't get into her mind and figure out what the problem is, guess whose problem it will become? Teach Professor X. Whatever is on her mind, probably I ain't really a custom man unless I'm made. So I say it with a Y. Whatever's on her mind probably ain't got a yam thing to do with you. Ain't got a yam thing to do with you. But if you don't get into her mind and ask her what's going on so she can tell you, that problem is going to become your problem. And that's something that you're not going to be ready for because you ain't even got a clue what's on her mind in the first place. Now you got to deal with what's on her mind and why you didn't take the time out to get in her head to figure out what's on her mind. You're going to have 2 or 3 problems and the relationship going to start taking a hit. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now. Watch when a woman stops talking. You men, your wife has said to you, hypothetically, John Brown, our marriage ain't what it needs to be. We need to go to counseling. We need to go to therapy. We need to go to a retreat. Whatever. I got coupons, I got vouchers, I got this, I got that. We need to go do something. And you don't take heed. She tell you again, 6 months later, John Brown, I ain't happy. You want to take her in the room and show her you the master in the bed. She'll take it, maybe. But she done told you now. 3 months after that, her communication starts falling off. I ain't saying she cheating. Maybe she is, maybe she ain't. That's not the point of this conversation. Just know, when she stopped talking, y'all have problems. And until you get into her head by asking her what is the problem, the relationship is going to suffer. And if you don't care to ask her, because you may feel like I ain't nobody psychic, she's a grown woman, I ain't got time to try to. If you don't care, that relationship is going to be almost over. Because and this go both ways, but in particularly because women like to chat. When you don't take the time to want to get into her head to figure out what's going on, that's going to be it's going to make her an easy target for a man who will take the time, who don't care nothing about her, but he understands women and he knows she needs somebody to talk to, and her knucklehead husband or long-term boyfriend ain't taking out the time or the energy, and he don't care about it either. But he know what he after, and he know what it take to get it. So he's gonna finesse it and make it seem like he's such a great understanding, listening man, because your husband just don't listen. And then my husband don't listen. I try to talk. He don't even. Man, when she stops talking, y'all have a problem. And if you don't ask her what's on her mind, whatever's on her mind will become your problem, and that relationship is going to be on the downhill trajectory. So if you plan on being, especially a husband or long term, so maybe you're not married, but you've been together long enough where y'all could be married. If you plan on fulfilling that role, one of your assignments is you must become a psychic. You must become skilled at reading her mind, or she gonna put it on you. You heard it first here. Put it in the comments, ladies. Don't get touchy. You know I'm telling the truth. But come on in the comments. We could talk about it. Men, am I right or wrong? Have y'all seen this? Have y'all seen it? I'll holler at y'all.